ball game, fired up by Bill Singer. On the mound, Don Sutton warming up now with catcher Bill Sudeikis. Parker at first, Lefevre at second, Wills at short, Valentine at third. Allen, Davis, and Mota in the outfield. Now we're all set. Time to play ball. The Dodgers and the Giants, Game 3 from Dodger Stadium. And now for the play-by-play, here's Vin Scully. Vinny?
Thank you, Jerry. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you, wherever you may be. The Dodgers and the Giants are closing up shop in the final game of the series. Bobby Bonds, then Chris Spire, and Willie Mays. Right-handed Don Sutton, who was anything but successful against San Francisco, is now looked to by the rest of the club to salvage a victory. Bonds hitting .298 with 11 home runs and 24 runs batted in. And Sutton's first one off speed and high, ball one, 1-0. The Giants sitting on top of the league, on top of the division, on top of the world with a 7-11 percentage. Sutton's next one off speed and foul to the plate. That got Augie Donatelli, and the count 1-1. The Giants have won 32 out of 45. They're 9 in front of Houston, 11 in front of the Dodgers and Braves, 13.5 ahead of last year's Cincinnati Reds. Now the 1-1 pitch to Bonds, low and outside, ball 2, 2-1. Bobby, who played center field last night, back to his usual right field routine. The 2-1 pitch to Bonds, popped in the air back of first base and down the line. Lefevre has a better angle than Parker, and Jimmy is there to make the catch. One away, and the batter will be shortstop Chris Spire.
Number 35, shortstop Chris Spire.
Chris Spire had the key base hit last night as he singled the right field to break up the 4-4 tie. He also hit a home run. In fact, like any good young Giant, he is often running against the Dodgers. Both of his big league home runs against the Dodgers. Sutton delivers, fastball popped in the air, around second base, and Wills is calling. Morey waits and makes the catch. 2 away.
Batting third, number 24, center fielder, Willie Mays.
Here's Willie Mays. Willie Mays checks in at the plate. Mays batting .351 with 9 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Sutton into the windup, and Don delivers. And the fastball is swung on and missed 0-1. Boy, Mays really had a rip at that thing. And the backlash of the bat might have even gotten a little bit of Sudeikis, and Mays backs out and looks down at Bill to make sure he's all right. 0-1 the count. Now the strike one pitch on the way. Overhand curve for a strike. Then the count 0-2. For the Giants, game number 46, and for Mays, game number 40. 0-2. Sutton comes back to him, and the fastball is strike 3 called. So down goes Willie, 1 big swing and 2 long looks, and the Giants are gone in order. And at the end of half an inning, the Giants nothing, and the Dodgers coming up.
All right, Marge, your bags are in the trunk. Do you have the maps the Union 76 dealer gave you?
Really, George? I'm only going to be gone 3 days.
I know, Marge, but it pays to be careful. Do you have the Union 76 credit card?
Yes, George.
Now, let's see. You'll call me as soon as you get there.
Yes, George.
Now, watch the fuel gauge and the oil. And the Union dealer filled the windshield washer and checked the tires. Everything's fine.
I know it is, George. Now relax. It's only a 75-mile drive.
I know, Marge, but you can't be too careful. People just don't have the same old spirit nowadays. And remember, Marge, if anything at all seems to be going wrong, stop at a Union 76 station. They'll help.
That's right. Whenever you need driving help, be it repair work or only directions, stop at a Union 76 service station. That's why we're there, to help you. And we don't act like we're doing you a favor either, because we feel you're doing us a favor just by stopping in.
George, what do you plan to do those 3 days I'm gone?
Eat out a lot.
I love your spirit.
The spirit of 76 lives at Union Oil.
Bottom of the first inning, the Giants failed to score. The Dodgers will come up now with Maury Wills, Manny Mota, and Willie Davis against left-hander Ron Bryant. Bryant 5-1 with the league. No record with the Dodgers, 1-3 lifetime. He was 0-2 with the Dodgers last year, was Ron Bryant. And he's making his first start of the year against the Dodgers tonight. He beat the Astros last time out. He went 8 innings, allowing 3 earned runs.
Leading off, your Los Angeles Dodgers, number 30.
Well, Maury will start it off. Dick Dietz behind the plate. The infield for the Giants, Willie McCovey and Tito Fuentes, Chris Spire and Alan Gallagher. And the outfield of George Foster, Willie Mays, and Bobby Bonds. Ron Bryant, left-hander, looks in to get a sign. Will's turning around now to hit right-handed. He has not been too successful from this side of the plate. He's been a completely different hitter as a right-handed batter. He's hitting actually 118 points less as a right-hand batter. He takes low, ball 1. Left-handed, 342. Right-handed, only 224. 1-0 to Maury. Gallagher up a step inside the bag. McCovey near the bag at first. The outfield about straight away. And Mays slightly off the mark towards right center. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Maury Wills. Low and inside, ball 2, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Maury. Bryant reading Dick Dietz. Ron into the windup, and the 2-0 pitch, fastball outside, ball 3. Ron Bryant is an even 6, 180-pounder. He's from Redlands, California. Makes his home in Davis. He's only 23. He won't be 24 till the middle of November. He's behind 3-0 to Wills. Bryant comes back, and the fastball is low, and Maury's aboard.
Batting second, number 11.
That'll bring up Manny Mota.
Manny Mota.
Mota hitting .301. It's his second start in the series. You remember the other night, in a desperate attempt to beat Marichal, the Dodgers started Mota trying to take the screwball away from Marichal. It is so effective against left-handed batters, but it didn't make any difference. So Mota at the plate. On deck, Willie Davis. Willie, of course, has an 18-game hitting streak on the line. He went 1 for 4 last night to extend it. Bryant ready, goes to first. Wills back ahead of the throw. Gallagher on the edge of the grass at third. And another throw, but Wills back ahead of it. Hal Lanier, down in the Giant bullpen, began to warm up right away, and he's now loosening up his back muscles and his leg muscles. We figure he's got a spot in the infield. Here's Mota, and he takes a strike. Lanier, just as the first pitch of the game was being made, when trotting down to the Giant bullpen. Whether he's getting ready to come in very early remains to be seen. He's now putting on a windbreaker. 1-0, the count to Manny Mota. Bryant, a look over at Wills. Left-hander ready and decides to go over there again. Maury back standing up. Bryant's 1-0 pitch to Manny Mota. The left-hander checking Wills and backs off the rubber. Bryant has been in the Giant organization since 1965. He first came up to San Francisco briefly in '67, then again in '69, and then last year. Another throw to first, and Wills back. He has not made Wills slide to the bag yet. Maury inching off. Bryant looks at him, comes to the plate, off speed, and it's high. Ball 2, 2-0. Now Tito Fuentes comes up a few steps to holler something to Bryant. Bryant and Dietz, McCovey and Fuentes, Spire and Gallagher, Foster, Mays, and Bonds. 1-1 to Manny Mota. Bryant delivers, and it's hit foul off first base and out of play. And the count 1-2. The Philadelphia Phillies will be here tomorrow night, and that will be the beginning of Helmet Weekend. Remember, a free helmet to every youngster 14 or under, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon. So you have a chance to pick up one at each game if you so wish. We had so many kids on the outside disappointed last year, the Dodgers have decided to go for the whole weekend, figuring that somehow the kids will be able to get here and get the helmet. 1-2 to Manny Mota. Wills takes his lead. Bryant at the belt, looks at Morey. Now comes to the plate, and Mota hits a ground ball to the right of Fuentes. He juggles and can't make a play. Tito might have had a double play ball had he come up with it cleanly, but he was trying to field the ground ball on the dead run. He juggled it and dropped it and kicked it, and there was no play. So 2 on, nobody out, and Willie Davis the batter. Fuentes has been playing great ball for the Giants this year. He and Gallagher have committed 5 errors. Fire 8. But that's not really too many, realizing how many games they've been in and how many chances they've had. Willie Davis with an 18-game hitting streak. Checks in at the plate, 2 on, nobody out. First inning, no score. On deck, Wes Parker. Bryant at the belt, checks the runners and delivers. And Willie hits a fastball foul off to the right of the plate. 0-1. Down in the Giant bullpen, Johnny Cumberland, who pitched the ball game last night back of Gaylord Perry, is first man up tonight. 0-1, the count to Willie Davis. Bryant taking a long look at Dick Dietz' signs. Now straightens up, set at the belt. Has a look at the runners. Still checking in the strike 1 pitch. Fastball hit down to shortstop. Fired to Fuentes to first, too late. So Willie Davis outlegs Fuentes' throw. Force play 6-4. 1 out runners at first and third. And the batter is Wes Parker.
Batting first, number 20, first baseman, Wes Parker.
Wes Parker has done very well as a right-handed batter. He's at .333. So Wes up there trying to pick up Maury Wills at third base. Willie Davis held on by McCovey. 1 out in the first inning, no score. On deck, Richie Allen. Right at the belt. Has a look at the runners. Left-hander ready. And there goes Willie. The off-speed pitch is high, and Dietz takes a bite out of the ball. He didn't want to throw anywhere. Dietz, of course, was afraid if he went after Willie that Wills would try to come home. So Willie Davis fields second base. For Willie, he is now 5 out of 7 in stolen base attempts. 1 ball and no strikes. Davis picked a good pitch to go on. It turned out to be an off-speed pitch. It took a little longer to get up to the plate. Parker waiting, 1 ball, no strikes. Bryant now can go back to a windup with runners at second and third. He looks at Wills, goes to the windup, and the pitch to Parker. High, ball 2, 2-0. Giants have won 4 out of 5 from the Dodgers. Taking the first 2 games of this set with Marichal and Perry walking away with the win. 2 balls, no strikes to Wes Parker. Bryant ready, back he comes. Breaking ball is low. Ball 3, so he's 1 pitch away from loading him up. (3-0), the count to Wes Parker. Left-hander Johnny Cumberland in the Giant bullpen. Bryant looks in for a sign. Parker waiting. Ron into the windup. Left-hander delivers. Ball 4. And with one out, the bases are loaded, and the batter is Richie Allen.
Number 50. Left fielder, Rich Allen.
Richie Allen up there with the bases loaded. One out in the first inning, no score. Rich checks in at 2:30. 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. Bryant looks at third, goes to the windup and delivers. Fastball, hit to center, base hit. Will scores. Davis scores. 2-0 Dodgers. Richie Allen, a line drive single to center to drive in 2. 22 RBIs for Rich, and the batter will be Jim Lefebvre. Jimmy Lefebvre, batting .305. For the Dodgers, this would mark the first time they have had a lead against the Giants in the series. Marichal got a run in the first inning and never let go. The best they did last night was tie. Lefebvre fouls it away. They were down as much as 4-1 last night. So tonight, they're out in front in the first inning with 2. The count to Lefebvre. 2-0 Dodgers first inning. Ron Bryant set at the bell to look at the runners. And the pitch to Lefebvre. Off speed, slow ground ball to third. Gallagher goes back to Fuentes for a force. And Richie ties up Tito so there's no play at first base. So 2 down, runners at first and third. The batter will be Bill Sudeikis.
Batting seven. Number 60. Bill Sudeikis.
Bill Sudeikis gets a chance to start with a left-hander going. And for Sudsy, he certainly hasn't had many opportunities. He's had only 52 at-bats all year. So Sudeikis batting right-handed. With runners at first and third, 2 out, first inning and 2 runs over. Lefebvre at first, Parker at third, 2 down. Dodgers leading 2-0. Bryant set. Ron ready and works Sudeikis. Fastball for a strike. On deck, Bobby Valentine. Oh, and 1. Bryant again checks. The strike 1 pitch to Sudsy is lifted back at first base and down the line. Bonds flying over and makes the catch in foul ground. Boy, he's fast and he needed the speed. So Sudeikis fouls out to Bobby Bonds. The Dodgers get 2 runs on 1 hit, a big error, and 2 left. And at the end of an inning, Dodgers 2, Giants nothing. At the end of an inning, the Dodgers leading the Giants 2-0. Final game of the 3-game series. The Phillies will be in here starting tomorrow night. And again, a reminder, particularly to all the youngsters, Helmet Weekend is upon us. And it'll open up tomorrow night. Don Sutton loosening up with Bill Sudeikis, and Willie McCovey will greet him. On the message board, a note of interest to all of us in the Dodger family. Happy anniversary to Dr. Bob Woods, the Dodger team physician, and his lovely wife, Avril, celebrating a 32nd wedding day. And our heartiest congratulations and best wishes to both of them. They're lovely people. Well, Mr. Willie McCovey hitting .315 at the plate and takes inside ball 1, 1-0. McCovey rested last night. He has 8 home runs, 24 RBIs. He has an arthritic knee, so every now and then he just has to come out and get a little rest. They load up the right side on him, and he takes a strike, 1-1. Wills has crossed the line now. He's on the right side of the infield, along with Lefebvre and Parker. So Bobby Valentine all alone between short and third. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 1-2. Dodgers leading 2-0 in the second inning. Don has a look at Bill Sudeikis' signs. On deck, Dick Dietz. Outfield very deep and around the right. The 1-2 pitch is pop foul, back of the plate. Sudeikis runs up Donatelli's back and goes to the screen, but the ball is on the other side of the screen. Out of play. And the count remains 1-2. One and two. Sutton with a new ball to work with. McCovey waiting. Final score: Cleveland beat Baltimore 10-5. Dunning the winner, Dukes the loser. Don checks into the windup. 1-2 pitch to McCovey is off speed, hit to the left side. Wills can't get it, and it's through for a base hit. So they loaded up the right side, and McCovey hit it the other way. Wills tried to go back and get it and couldn't do it. As far as for station identification, this is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
The Good Sound. KTAR Phoenix.
Catcher Dick Dietz got the Giants off on the right foot against Claude Osteen last night with a 2-run home run. Dietz will start it off, batting .297. He has 6 home runs, 25 runs batted in. He's in his 42nd game. He's missed only 4. Sutton delivers. Dick has a look, and it's low and away. Ball 1. 1-0. The Giants will go home and open up over the weekend with the Montreal Expos. The next one is high. Ball 2. 2-0. The pitchers in that series, as announced: Stone against Renko Friday night, Marichal and Morton Saturday. Gaylord Perry and Rich Robertson will handle a Sunday doubleheader against Stoneman and Strohmeyer. A 4-game series with Montreal coming up. Pitch swung on and missed. 2-1. Meanwhile, the Dodgers will be entertaining the Philadelphia Phillies for 3. We're in the second inning. Richie Allen singled home 2 in the first. The Giants now have McCovey single and Dietz at the plate, and the count 2-1. Sutton a look over at first, back to the plate, and finds the mark for a strike. 2-2. Well, with Willie Mays in this series, the next run he scores, he'll be the all-timer in National League history. Maury Wills had his 2,000th hit. We'll still be keeping track of records when the Phillies come in. One of the great pitchers of our time, Jim Bunning, on the Philadelphia Phillies, and he's very close. Sudeikis going out to talk to Sutton. Bunning has 2,818 strikeouts. And the next strikeout he gets, he will tie Cy Young for second place on the all-time list. Walter Johnson, way out in front, he has him by another 700. So one of the game's great pitchers, Jim Bunning, who does not figure to start, but does see relief, will be in here with the Phils. Pitch to Dietz a little high. Dick started to swing and held up. 3-2. The pitching over the weekend, Chris Short, big left-hander against Al Downing. That would be tomorrow night. Rick Wise against Bill Singer Saturday night. Ken Reynolds and Claude Osteen Sunday afternoon. And remember, kids, all 3 games part of Helmet Weekend. Full count to Dietz. McCovey a very short lead at first. Sutton has a look at him, now works the hitter. And Dietz swings and misses. Strike 3. And he hurt his right hand in swinging. He pinched a nail. 1 away, and Tito Fuentes the batter.
Number 23, second baseman, Tito Fuentes.
Tito Fuentes comes in with a modest hitting streak. He has hit safely in 8 straight. Alan Gallagher has hit safely in 6. He's on deck. And the big streak involved right now in this series would be Willie Davis at 18. Parker is not going to hold McCovey. Willie doesn't figure to do any base running. The pitch is strike to Tito, 0-1. McCovey is 0 for 2 in base stealing attempts, and no doubt they were really hit and run plays that backfired. 2-0 Dodgers, second inning, 1 away. Fuentes, switch hitting second baseman, batting left-handed. Overly closed stand. Sutton delivers, breaking ball grounded to Lefebvre. He whirls to Wills. The throw to Parker not nearly in time. Two down, and Alan Gallagher, fine young third baseman for the Giants coming up. Gallagher hitting .281. Right-hand batter with 2 home runs, 15 RBIs, and a 6-game hitting streak. Sutton looks in to get a sign. He has 2 strikeouts tonight, and the first one in the first inning gave him 1,000 in his career. And there goes Fuentes. Good jump. Line drive to right field. Base hit. Around second on his way to third is Fuentes. Mota falls down, then throws across the diamond to third, and Fuentes holds at third base. Tito was being waved in by John McNamara, but he wouldn't come. So the Giants, with 2 out on a hit-and-run single, have runners at first and third, and George Foster will be the batter. Mota fielded the ball cleanly, but then as he turned to throw, he slipped and fell. For the play was taking place behind Fuentes' back, and even though McNamara pinwheeled the arm around to send him in, Tito never saw it and just stopped at third. George Foster, right-hand hitting outfielder, and a good one, hitting .270. Pretty tough, however, to get into the Giant lineup, especially in the outfield, when you have a healthy Ken Henderson. Well, Foster takes ball 1. Hubert Heber. Yeah. When Henderson is well, then Mays in center and Bonds in right. I do that a lot. They call those spoonerisms when you transpose the first syllable of each word. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Foster. High, ball 2, 2-0. A healthy Kel Henderson. That's how it came out the first time. Wills in from short to holler something to Don again. 2-0 the count. Of course, the first commercial I ever read in my whole life. It began Summer Thunderstorms. I read it Summer Thunderstorms. All right, now Sutton is ready. Looks at his runners. The 2-0 pitch to Foster. Swung on and missed 2-1. George played in last night's ball game. Foster had 1 hit. He went 1 for 4. His hit came in the 9th inning. He scored the first of the 2 runs, and so his run broke the 4-4 tie. He singled to right field. 2 out, 2-0 Dodgers, second inning. Sutton's 2-1 pitch is popped foul off to the right of the plate and out of play. That goes back in the lower deck. 2-2. The St. Louis Cardinals repeated it, but they did it at both ends tonight. Last night they were trailing 4-3, and they scored big in the 7th and 8th to beat Kenny Holtzman. Tonight, Chris Zachary pitched a 2-hitter against the Cubs, beating them 10-0. Here's the 2-2 pitch inside. Ferguson Jenkins, the loser. So Sutton pitching very carefully to Alan Foster. Ron Bryant, the pitcher, due up next. Don has gone 3-2. So Gallagher at first base will be going on the pitch. Sutton at the belt. There goes Gallagher. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Off speed, and Foster way out in front of it. So Sutton strikes out his third. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. At the end of an inning and a half, Dodgers 2, Giants nothing. Will you? Farmer John Bacon, gold medal winner at the California State Fair. It's the easternmost in quality, and it's the westernmost in flavor. The most popular bacon in the West by far. Farmer John Bacon. Bottom of the second inning with the Dodgers leading the Giants 2-0. Ron Bryant and Don Sutton. Bobby Valentine, then Don Sutton and Maury Wills in that order. Bryant loosening up.
Now playing shortstop.
Well, there's the change. Remember we told you in the first inning that Hal Lanier went down to the bullpen and he was warming up. So whatever it was that was bothering Chris Spire, it bothered him from the very beginning. He was hurting right after the anthem.
Bobby Valentine.
So Hal Lanier is at shortstop. Spire has been complaining of an upset stomach the last couple of days, and perhaps that's exactly why he came out. But anyway, Hal Lanier is at shortstop now for Chris Spire. The pitch to Bobby Valentine, a fastball down and away, ball 1. One and 0, the count of Valentine. Bryant comes back to the plate, fastball low, ball 2, 2-0. Of course, the Dodgers have had quite a bit of intestinal flu or stomach virus or whatever you might label it, and it could very well be that Chris Spire has been bitten by the bug. But bad stomach and all, he turned in a fine first 2 games. 2-0, the count to Bobby Valentine. Bryant ready and delivers, and the pitch is very high, ball 3, 3-0. Bryant comes back 3-0, and the pitch is in there. 3-1 to Valentine. Bobby in his 20th game. However, since being recalled from Spokane, that has really been the start of his season. Right-hand hitter. Bryant into the windup. 3-1 pitch to Bobby. Fastball swung on and missed. Went after a sailing fastball that seemed to run away from him. 3-2. Down in the Dodger bullpen, getting in a little work in between starts, Bill Singer. Three and 2 to Bobby Valentine. Bryant ready and the left-handed delivers. Fastball looped to left field. Coming over for it is Foster, but it drops for a hit. Valentine pushes one into left field for a single, and the batter will be Don Sutton.
Batting eighth, number 20, pitcher, Don Sutton.
Final score, Mickey Lolich beat Fritz Peterson tonight as the Tigers edged the Yankees 4-3. Lolich is now 8-3. That game was in Detroit. Don Sutton at the plate. Valentine at first. Nobody out in the second inning. Dodgers leading 2-0. He's bunting and then taking. The runner goes. The throw is Speed's in there. Sutton was around to bunt, and Valentine took off, and then Sutton pulled the bat away. The pitch was a strike, but Valentine was able to steal second. Oh, 0-1 to Don. For Bobby Valentine, that is his third stolen base. He's 3 for 3 in the big leagues. Strike one pitch. Sutton around to bunt. Does, and gets it by the mound. Base hit. Don pushed the ball to the left of the mound. Bryant came straight in, and Gallagher had gone back to the bag. Well, the ball rolled through for a base hit, so the Dodgers now have runners at first and third, and nobody out, and Maury Wills the batter. Wills walked, scored a run in the first inning. Wills at the plate. Sutton at first base, wearing his windbreaker, held on by McCovey. Valentine a short lead at third, and Gallagher up inside the bag. Bryant checking. Left-hander ready and delivers. Wills pokes it foul to the right of the plate, carrying to the second deck. Struggled and dropped down below. Johnny Cumberland, the left-hander, up again, second time in 2 innings in the Giant bullpen. 0-1 the count to Maury Wills. 2-0 Dodgers, second inning, looking for more. Strike 1 pitch to Maury, off speed inside under the hands, and the count 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch to Maury Wills. Fastball hit foul down the right field line, slicing out of play. And the count 1-2, and that's juggled and dropped down below. All right, everybody in the second deck out here early tomorrow for practice. One and two. Wills waiting. First and third, nobody out, second inning. Bryant straightens up, set at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch to Maury. Foul back to the screen. Dodgers 3 games under 500, so they're trying to get something started here just prior to the invasion of the Phils, Montreal, and the New York Mets. 1-2 the count. Bryant ready, kicks and delivers. Big curve hit by the mound to Fuentes. He shovels to Lanier. He goes to McCovey, double play. Valentine scores, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. You do not get an RBI when you ground into a double play. So with 2 down, Manny Mota coming up.
Mota, right field.
Manny Mota hit a ground ball kicked by Tito Fuentes for an error in the first inning. Dodgers 3 runs, 3 hits. Giants no runs, 2 hits, and an error. Ron Bryant looks to Dick Dietz to get a sign. Left-hander ready and delivers. Fastball in at the knees for a strike, and the count 0-1. Gallagher about even with the bag. Bryant reading Dietz, and the left-hander strike 1 pitch. Another fastball, same spot, strike 2, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Manny Mota. Dodgers with 2 in the first have picked up another here in the second. Bryant checking. Now Ron to the windup. Strike 2 pitch on the way. Breaking ball inside. Ball 1. 1-2. Tomorrow night, big left-hander Chris Short will go against Al Downing. Saturday night, ladies' night, a 7 o'clock game. Rick Wise and Bill Singer. Sunday afternoon, Ken Reynolds and Claude Osteen. Helmet weekend. Mota breaks his bat, I think, and fouled it away. He did. He'll have to get another stick. And the count 1-2. 1-2 the count to Manny Mota. Bryant due up first when the Giants hit in the third inning. The left-hander trying to get out of this with Mota at the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Manny. High and away with a fastball. Ball 2. On deck, Willie Davis. He has an 18-game hitting streak on the line. 2-2 to Mota. Manny came into the game at 3-0-1. He's 0-for-1. Now the 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball. Got him swinging, and down he goes. The Dodgers pick up a run on a couple of hits. And at the end of 2, Dodgers 3, Giants nothing.
This is Joe McConnell. For slacks, it's The Knack by Ratner Clothes at Lavin's for Men. Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall at the corner of Scottsdale and Camelback Road. The Knack is 100% washable polyester, good for office or casual wear. The Knack is totally different from any ordinary slack. It was created from a supremely fine airweight fiber, bred with the ability to snap back into shape, fresh and impeccable, no matter how tiring the day has been. The Knack by Ratner Clothes at Lavin's for Men is America's most uncrushable slack. It just won't wrinkle. And it's machine washable and dryable. Stop in soon at Lavin's for Men in Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall. Ask for the Knack. You'll like the wide selection of colors, and they're in a complete range of sizes. The Knack, the slack certain to become your favorite. Visit Lavin's for Men. Bill Lavin takes a personal interest in all of his customers, and that's one good reason he has more repeat business. That's Lavin's for Men, Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall at the corner of Scottsdale and Camelback Road. Tell Bill Joe McConnell sent you.
Through 2 innings, Dodgers 3, Giants nothing. In the background, Don Beasley playing Lullaby of Birdland in tribute to one of the greatest singers of all time. In fact, I guess in anybody's popular number 1, 2, 3 female singers in the world, anytime, anywhere, why, this lady has to be right there. The great Ella Fitzgerald. And if you can remember Chick Webb, and if you can remember a Tisket, a Tasket, welcome to the club, gang. Let's go to the third. Dodgers 3, Giants nothing. Another great song she sang, My Buddy. Here he is, Jerry Dawkins.
Thank you very much, Vinny. I remember it's Tisket Tasket, too. I'll tell you for sure. Here's Bryant at bat, and the windup in the pitch by Sutton popped up on the left side. Wills calling for it at shortstop. Morey waits and makes the catch for the out. So Bryant, first pitch pops up, 1 away, and here's Bonds coming on. Bobby popped up his first time at bat. 2 hits for the Giants, and the Dodgers have 3 hits. Dodgers leading 3-0. Bonds coming on, the leadoff man, hitting .298 with 11 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Valentine plays up even with the bag at third. They shift a little to the left to play Bonds. Now the pitch by Sutton, and the breaking ball is low and away, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Bonds waiting with Lanier due up next. Hal Lanier replacing Spire at shortstop. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bonds pops it up on the right side on a check swing. Lefevre calls for this one on the edge of the grass. Makes the catch for the second out. So Bonds checked up and popped up.
Now, Lanier.
Here's Lanier coming on now, replacing Spire, who popped up his first time at bat. The Giant hits belong to McCovey and to Gallagher. The Dodgers, Allen a single to drive in 2, and Valentine and Sutton each had singles. Dodgers 2 runs in the first, 1 more in the second. Final game. Tomorrow night, the Phillies will be in town. They're in town already, but they will be at the ballpark tomorrow night. Fastball is low, 1 ball, no strikes. The Phillies have a lot of new faces. We'll have a look at their fine rookie outfielder, Willie Montanez. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Tapped toward short. Wills waits for a big hop. Here's his throw in time. Lanier is out. Side retired. Easy inning for Sutton. 1, 2, 3 in the third. And the score at the end of 2.5. Dodgers 3 and the Giants nothing.
What are you looking for, George? George?
How do you like that, Marge? A brand new car, and nowhere does it say which gasoline to use.
Should it, George?
Of course. With all the new anti-pollution gasolines on the market, I'd like to know if I can use them. Maybe it's in the trunk.
It's in the 1971 Owner's Manual, where most automakers recommend low-lead regular gasoline. And that means Union Oil's low-lead regular 76. We took most of the lead out and replaced it with high-octane gasoline molecules, so you could help fight pollution and get top performance, too.
Look, George, it recommends low-lead regular gasoline right in the owner's manual.
Well, that's a funny place to put it.
The spirit of 76 lives at Union Oil.
Let's go along now with Willie Davis coming up. Willie Davis hit into a force play his first time up, came around to score after stealing second. So here's Willie now against Ron Bryant, the left-hander. Willie with an 18-game batting streak going, hitting .379. He leads the league. In second place is Jesus Alou of Houston at .374. Brock of the Cardinals is next, and Gar has dropped down to .363. So Ralph Garr is at slump after leading the league for about 6 or 7 weeks. But he's dropped back to 4th and is being pressed now by Beckert. Okay, Willie Davis at bat. And Bryant now, the left-hander, winds, delivers, and Willie takes a curve high. He wanted to bunt, let it go by, 1 ball, no strike. The American League leader is Tony Oliva of Minnesota. He's hitting .386. So he has 7 points on Willie at the moment. Next pitch to Willie, foul, popped off third base, will carry out of play down behind the Dodger dugout. 1-1 to Willie Davis. Now the windup and the 1-1 pitch on the way to Willie. A swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes. Bryant pitching to Davis. Willie waits again. Now the left-hander into the windup, and his pitch on the way. Strike 3 call. Willie didn't like the call. He tells Donatelli. Stands at home plate talking with Donatelli. Still standing behind the plate umpire. And now he walks away. Strikeout number 2 for Bryant. Davis called out. That'll bring up Parker, who walked his first time up. In checking the league leaders, the top pitcher in the National League now is Larry Dierker of Houston, who has won 8 and lost 1. Carlton is 8-2 of the Cardinals. Jenkins 8-4. The American League leader, Vida Blue, with 10-1, and Sonny Siebert 8-0. Here's the pitch on the way to Parker. Over for a strike, 0-1. Leader in home runs, Stargell and Aaron have 15. Stargell leads in runs batted in with 38. The American League leader in home runs is Cash with 11, and Killebrew leads in RBIs with 37. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Parker in the dirt. Bounced it up there, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. In the top 10 in hitting, the Cardinals have 3 players, Brock, Torrey, and Simmons. The Dodgers, of course, have the leader. Houston has Alou in second place. And it's Garr, Beckert, Mays, Staub, Torrey, Mian, and Simmons. So Atlanta has 2 in the top 10. 1 ball, 1 strike. Parker waiting, batting right-handed against Bryant. Curve is high outside. Ball 2, 2-1. The Dodgers lead the Giants 3-0 in the finale. The Giants go home after the game, open a homestand with the Montreal Expos. The Dodgers entertain the Phillies here at Dodger Stadium, and then the Expos come in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, followed by the Mets. 2-1 pitch. Parker, it's a high foul off first base. That'll carry out a play. So it is 2-2 to Parker. 1 away in the 3rd inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Parker goes down on strikes, and Bryant now has struck out 3 in a row.
Rich Allen, left field.
Dr. Bob Woods reports Spire out of the game with the upset stomach and a little turbulence there. So he goes out of the game. Here's Allen at bat, singled and drove in the 2 runs in the 1st inning. Bryant was off to a shaky start with a walk and an error behind him, then another walk, and then the base hit. Now he'll settle down and struck out 3 men in a row. Here's the pitch. Curve to Ritchie is low and inside, ball 1. Allen, hitting .230, has 4 homers and 22 runs batted in. He's 2 behind Parker for the team lead in RBIs. 1 ball, no strikes. Here again is the look and the pitch on the way. Off speed, over for a strike. He turned that one over, and it's 1-1 to Ritchie. One ball, one strike. Bryant rubs off a sign, now gets another one in the 1-1 pitch. Foul back, strike two. 1-2 to Ritchie. All right, Allen backs out, now goes in there again, number 15. Ritchie batting in the fifth spot. Once again, Ritchie waits. Now the 1-2 pitch on the way. Off speed, and it's low for ball. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And again, Bryant going to the off-speed pitch. That time, missed with it. Bottom of the third, 2 away. Davis and Parker out on strike. Now again, Bryant looks. They play Allen to the left on the infield and almost straight away in the outfield. Here's the pitch. Curve, and it hit the bat, fouled away. Ritchie checking up on it. Ball skips on the ground to the backstop. 2-2 count, still up there. Two and two. Allen waiting, Lefevre due next. Now the pitch. Strike three call. Fastball had the inside corner, and he backed it up on him and cut the corner. And Bryant now has 4 strikeouts all in a row. So the side retired, all on strikes in the third. And the Dodgers go down, and the score at the end of 3 innings of play. Dodgers 3, the Giants nothing.
Schlitz, Milwaukee, and the world.
My old man was a seafaring man. He used to sail these seas like there was no tomorrow. And he drank his beer big. Even back then it was Schlitz. He had a philosophy about life, my old man. He'd say you only live once, so you gotta make the most of it. Yeah, a lot of that stuck with me. You gotta live life. Live it with all the gusto there is. In everything. Even in the beer you drink. Settle for less? Not a chance. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Now let's pause for station identification. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
You sell the merchandise your own company makes. Even split the profits with your partners. Now's the idea.
The Good Son. KTAR.
Hi, Jerry. Willie Mays will start it off in the fourth. Dodgers leading 3-0. The Dodgers switching their right fielders. Manny Mota, with an upset stomach, has to come out, and Bill Russell takes over in right field for Mota. And Mays takes low ball 1. So Chris Fire left, bothered by an upset stomach. And now Manny Mota comes out. So Bill Russell in right. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mays. Willie takes a strike. 1-1. Three runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for the Giants. Mays backs out. Now up there again. Willie McCovey on deck, followed by Dick Dietz. Mays struck out in the first inning. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 1-2. The next run that Willie Mays scores, he will become the greatest running machine in National League history. He will have scored more runs than any other man since the league began. He's tied with Stan Musial right now. The Dodgers say if he does it here tonight, they'll give him home plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Mays. Sutton delivers, swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Don Sutton has 4 strikeouts, and Mays twice.
Willie McCovey.
Here's Willie McCovey. The Dodgers loaded up the right side of the infield his first time up, and he rolled the ball to the shortstop side of second base. This time, they do not load up the infield. It's more of an orthodox defense right now as Sutton's fastball a strike, 0-1. The first time Don Sutton ever pitched to Willie McCovey was in Arizona, and he hit a pitch to New Mexico. And I'm sure they both remember it. And Sutton pitching very carefully. That was just an exhibition game. A breaking ball over. Strike 2, 0-2. And 2 to Willie McCovey. Dick Dietz in the on-deck circle. Down to the windup and the strike 2 pitch on the way. Over the top inside. Ball 1. Sutton to the windup and the 1-2 pitch. Foul back out of play. Still 1-2. Dodgers 3, Giants nothing. Fourth inning, 1 out, bases empty. Willie McCovey waiting. That big, broad back of his carrying number 44. The 1-2 pitch. Hit off the end of the stick to the right of the mound. Sutton picks it up and flips to Parker. 2 down. Here is Dick Dietz. Dietz struck out in the second inning.
Catcher.
So Dietz waiting at the plate. Dietz at the plate. 3-0 Dodgers, fourth inning. Don Sutton reading his catcher, Bill Sudeikis. Now works the Giant catcher high and away. Ball 1, 1-0. Dodgers scored twice in the first inning. On a couple of walks and an error, they loaded the bases, and Richie Allen singled to center to drive in 2. In the second inning, on a couple of base hits, the third run came over while a double play was in progress. Dietz fouls it back. The Giants had 2 on with 2 out in the second inning, but Sutton struck out George Foster. Don, with his strikeout pitch working so far, has struck out 4. On the message board, happy birthday to John Mulaney, son of Joe Mulaney, the coach of the Lakers. Boy, he should be proud of his dad. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Dietz, swung on and missed, strike 2, 1-2. On deck, Tito Fuentes. Sutton into the windup, and the 1-2 pitch on the way, high and outside, ball 2. 2-2 to Dick Dietz. Don't forget now, Helmet Weekend with the Phillies starting tomorrow night. Sutton nods yes, into the windup, and the 2-2 pitch to Dietz, fastball fouled away. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits, and an error for the Giants. Bryant, however, has shown definite signs of righting his ship. He has struck out 4 in a row. Mota to end the second. Then he struck out the side in the third. Davis, Parker, and Allen. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Dick Dietz. In the dirt. 3-2. We're in the fourth. Don Sutton in pursuit of his second victory. In fact, these 2 pitchers are as opposite as they are left-handed and right-handed. Bryant is 5-1. Sutton is 1-5. Dietz fouls it back. That goes into the press box where the photographers hang out. So it's still 3-2 to Dick Dietz. So Dietz and Sutton battling it out. 3-2 the count. 2 down, bases empty. Don to the windup, and here he comes. Over the top, struck him out swinging. 5 strikeouts for Don Sutton. And at the end of 3.5 innings, Dodgers 3, Giants nothing. The Dodgers, of course, are at home this Memorial Day weekend, but chances are that sometime during the 3-day holiday, you'll be on the road. Maybe the road will lead to the mountains, the beach, your favorite picnic grounds, or just to your backyard barbecue. Whatever and wherever, be sure to have plenty of plump, juicy Farmer John wieners on hand. There's nothing quite like them to make happy holidays even happier. These are the all-meat wieners that are smoked over real smoke from native Western wood to give them a wonderful outdoor Western flavor from tip to tip. And Farmer John makes his wieners with the best meat, so they're extra nourishing and satisfying. Get Farmer John wieners in the delicatessen section of your market, or look for the extra long Farmer John wieners we call Dodger Dogs. Except for size, they're the same. If you can't make up your mind which to buy, well, why in the world hesitate? Get both. And a mighty delicious decision that will be. Farmer John wieners and extra long Farmer John wieners. Bottom of the 4th, Dodgers 3 runs, 3 hits. Giants no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. Both pitchers on strikeout tears now. Bryant has struck out 4 in a row, and Sutton has struck out 5 in the game. Ron Bryant loosening up. Medical report on Manny Mota. His problem would be the inner ear, the middle ear. Any motion at all, he immediately becomes nauseous. I guess vertigo. So anyway, Mota had to come out. Spire had to come out because of perhaps a touch of the intestinal flu, upset stomach. So we move to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Jimmy Lefevre, Bill Sudeikis, and Bobby Valentine. The Giants with McCovey and Fuentes, Lanier and Gallagher, Foster, Mays, and Bonds in the outfield, Dietz behind the plate, and Ron Bryant going to work. Bryant's ERA is 2.2. Well, he's had a fine year. 5-1 with the league. Ron works from the third base side of the rubber. Jimmy Lefevre hitting right-handed. Bryant ready, delivers, and the pitch low and inside, ball 1, 1-0. Don't forget now, helmet weekend, and then next weekend, Friday night is team night, and Sunday will be Old Timers Day. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball outside, ball 2, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to Jim Lefevre. Bryant looks in, getting a sign from Dietz. Now to the windup, and the 2-0 pitch. Off speed and low. Ball 3. 3-0. Now the 3-0 pitch to Lefevre. Fastball for a strike, 3-1. Bryant was a little wobbly in the first inning when he walked 2. However, had Fuentes fielded the ground ball by Mota, they might even have had a double play, and he could have been out of the inning without a run. As it was, the Dodgers cashed in Fuentes' error and scored twice. Added another in the second inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Lefevre. Fastball fouled away. The point of it all is that Bryant is pitching better than the score would indicate. Dodgers have only 3 hits. One of them a bunt single. But they take them all, and they're leading 3-0. Bill Sudeikis on deck. Bryant ready. Lefevre waiting in the 3-2 pitch. Fastball, line drive, explodes into left field for a base hit. Foster up with the ball, gets it back into Lanier. So Lefevre, 1 shot into left, and the batter Bill Sudeikis, who fouled out to Bobby Bonds, crossing the right field foul line in the first inning. The Giant bullpen gets busy again. John Cumberland is up once more. He's been up 3 times in 4 innings, and he was up several times last night. Cumberland might have to be relieved in the bullpen. He's certainly pitching a game down there. So Sudeikis hitting right-handed. Bryant ready and delivers, and it's high. Ball 1-0. Bryant in 60 innings has struck out 34, and to bring him up to date, in 64 innings, he has struck out 38. So he's averaging a little better than 5 strikeouts a game, and he has 4 tonight. He goes to first base, and Lefebvre a little late reacting, but he was able to get back in time. One ball, no strikes, the count. Don McMahon gets up, right-hander, along with Johnny Cumberland in the Giant bullpen. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Sudeikis. Fastball, swung on and missed, 1-1. Bryant has a good fastball, and it is the kind of fastball that is very successful if you try to pull it. This fastball seems to run away or tail away from a right-handed batter. You either miss it, or if you do hit it, you're going to pop it up on the other side, unless you makes a mistake and gets it in. Here's the 1-1 pitch, is instead a throw to first, and Lefebvre back. 1-1 to Sudsy. A couple of scores in case you might have missed them. Atlanta beat Montreal 4-1. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati 5-2. Cardinals just chewed up the Cubs 10-0. Houston, San Diego, New York, Philadelphia not scheduled. The 1-1 pitch to Bill Sudeikis. Fastball fouled away off to the right upstairs. In the American League, Boston beat Washington 6-2. Cleveland over Baltimore 10-5. Detroit beat New York 4-3. And Milwaukee over Minnesota 5-3. California, Oakland, Kansas City, Chicago not scheduled. One and two, the count of Bill Sudeikis. Bobby Valentine on deck. 3-0 Dodgers, 4th inning. Lefebvre held on by McCovey. Bryant ready, checks again. Now comes to the plate. Fastball on the hands, lifted to right field. Bobby Bonds comes up and makes the catch for the out. So Sudeikis twice trying to go with that fastball. Flies to right, and the batter is Bobby Valentine. Valentine looped a fly ball single to left field in the 2nd inning, stole second, and came home on a base hit. So Bobby 1 for 1 with a run scored. 3-0 Dodgers, 4th inning. Chris Short and Al Downing tomorrow night. Bryant is due to bat 4th when the Giants hit in the 5th inning, so they have Cumberland and McMahon throwing back of him. Ron ready and delivers, and the pitch is inside, and Valentine just did get out of the way of it. Breaking ball that seemed to follow him as he got away from the plate. 1-0 to Bobby. One out, 4th inning. Dodgers 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Giants no runs, 2 hits, and an error. California-born Ron Bryant on the mound. Valentine from way back in Connecticut at the plate. Throw to first base. Lefebvre back to the bag. Gallagher is up a step, about even with the bag at third. McCovey holding the corner on Lefebvre. Dietz in a crouch behind the plate, and the 1-0 pitch to Bobby Valentine. Bryant delivers. Fastball outside and high. Ball 2, 2-0. Giants have beaten the Dodgers 4 out of 5 this year. The Dodgers trying to salvage 1 of the 3 and then dig in for the Phillies, Montreal, and New York. The 2-0 pitch to Bobby Valentine. Fastball hit into left field, base hit. Lefebvre to second base, stops there, and Valentine is 2 for 2. Don Sutton is a pretty handy man with the bat, and that was certainly demonstrated in the 2nd inning. He was around to bunt. Gallagher retreated to third, and the pitcher, Bryant, came head-on for home plate, and Sutton bunted just to the left of the mound for a base hit. In this kind of a spot with one out, the Giants think that Sutton will be bunting again to advance the runners, stay out of the double play, and give Maury Wills a chance to pick somebody up. So McCovey is up, though wide of the bag, and Gallagher is on the grass at third. So they're looking for the bunt. The outfield straight away. And Don Sutton waiting as Bryant goes to a stretch. Looks at his runners. Still checking. McCovey starts to come in, but a full swing sends him after a foul ball down the right field line. It will drop untouched and bounce into the stand. 0-1. Willie, of course, playing on a bad wheel. He has that arthritic knee, so that was a little tough for him to come one way, turn, and go back. 0-1. The thing that bothers McCovey the most, and the thing that will send him to the pits for repairs, whenever he has to slide. Oh, and 1. The count to Don Sutton. Bryant straddling the rubber. So Don was not bunting that time, although it might have been a typical Walter Alston play with Sutton. First of all, take a shot to right field. Well, he fouled it off. Bryant ready. He's bunting this time, and he gets it down sharply to McCovey, who juggles, drops the ball, and everybody says. McCovey charged a sharply bunted ball, picked it up, and then as he whirled to throw back to first base, the ball just popped out of his hand. Landed at his feet. It is a sacrifice and an error to McCovey to account for Sutton's presence at first. So the bases are loaded, one out. Maury Wills the batter, and the Dodgers leading 3-0. For the Giants, their second error. The Dodgers cashed in the boot by Fuentes in the first inning. We'll see what they do now on the error by McCovey. Wills has walked and hit into a double play. Gallagher plays on the edge of the grass. McCovey is still up in front of Sutton. He'll go to the plate with the ball. And the pitch is low, ball 1, 1-0. So Ron Bryant in trouble. Left-hander John Cumberland, right-hander Don McMahon throwing in the bullpen. Wills waiting, 1-0. Bryant looks at third into the windup. The pitch to Maury, poked down the line, foul into the right field corner, and the count 1-1. The Dodger hitters are trying to do the right thing with that running fastball at Bryant. They're not trying to pull it now. All the right-hand batters are trying to go with it. 1-1. Of course, it's another story if he comes inside with it. Then Valentine pulled that ball in the fourth inning, just as Lefebvre did. 1-1 to count to Maury Wills. Bryant ready, delivers. Curveball, hit down the left field line. Foster comes over, makes the catch. Lefebvre tags, and he will score. So Wills got the curve and pulled it deep enough to get Lefebvre home. And the Dodgers lead 4-0. And with 2 down, the batter is Bill Russell.
Bill Russell.
So the error by McCovey is cashed in. That would have been the third out of the inning. Bill Russell finishing up for Manny Mota, who had to leave the ball game. Dizziness, upset stomach. So Russell checks in at the plate, hitting .218. Bill missed the Giant series at Candlestick after the Friday night game of the last series. He had a military obligation. Swings right through a fastball in the count 0-1. Here in the inning, Lefebvre singles. Sudeikis slide to right. Valentine singles. Sutton sacrificed, and McCovey unable to handle a bunt for an error to load the bases. And Wills fly ball to left field, gets the run home. 4-0 Dodgers in the fourth. Bryant ready, looking. The left-hander strike one pitch, fastball, swung on and missed, strike 2, 0-2. Russell has not played in a while. 0-2 to Bill. Willie Davis on deck. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Giants. And the Dodgers have cashed in both of them. Strike 2 pitch to Russell. Fastball foul back. Don Sutton at first. Bobby Valentine at second. A run over in the 4th. Bryant is due to be the 4th Giant batter when they hit in the 5th inning. Bryant answering deep signs with a brush. Now he's ready. Strike 2 pitch. Curveball fouled away. Big slow bender. Now Russell, who had gotten a couple of fastballs, fouled off the breaking pitch, and the count is still 0-2. Russell again back up to the plate. Bill, of course, hitting right-handed against Bryant. Left-hander checking with Dietz. Now he's set at the belt. Looks back at Valentine. Strike 2 pitch. Breaking ball high and away. Ball 1. 1-2. Giants and the Dodgers concluding their 6th meeting of the year. They have barely warmed up. 1/3 of the scheduled 18. Russell waiting. Bryant set. 1-2 pitch on the way. Fastball got him swinging, and down he goes. However, the Dodgers get a run on 2 hits and a big error and leave 2. And at the end of 4, Dodgers 4, Giants nothing.
Happy birthday to you.
In every life, some celebrations are destined to become memories, especially if you take pictures. We're Photomat, and we help preserve memories. Our prices on cameras, flash cubes, and fresh film are usually the lowest in town. And then, when you capture all those memories,
Trick or treat.
trust us to develop them. We're quite good. Look for a Photomat store in the parking lot of a shopping center near you. The little blue building with the big yellow roof.
And with the holiday weekend and graduations coming up, now's the time to drive through a Photomat store and stock up on all your photo needs. There are over 1,000 Photomat stores coast to coast and one nearby you in the valley. Photomat drive-through photography stores where smiles don't cost as much.
5th inning, 4-0 in favor of the Dodgers. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. The Giants, no runs, 2 hits, and 2 errors. The pitching again for the weekend. Left-hander Chris Short and left-hander Al Downing tomorrow night. Saturday night, a 7 p.m. game and ladies' night. Right-handers Rick Wise and Bill Singer. And then on Sunday, it'll be Ken Reynolds and Claude Osteen. Don Sutton has allowed 2 hits up to here. And he'll start the 5th inning off working against Tito Fuentes.
Tito Fuentes, second base.
Tito, switch hitter, batting left-handed, hit into a force play in the 2nd inning. Don Sutton reading Bill Sudeikis. Now into the windup. Right-hander ready, and the first pitch to Tito is taken for a strike, 0-1. Infield of Wes Parker, Jimmy Lefevre, Maury Wills, and Bobby Valentine. The outfield, which is around the left, Richie Allen, Willie Davis, and Bill Russell. Strike 1 pitch to Tito. Fastball, loop to left field. Allen going over to his left a bit and makes the catch. He was shallow, so he just had to move over. 1 out. The batter will be Alan Gallagher.
Gallagher, third base.
Gallagher single to right field in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 1. The first pitch to Alan Gallagher, a strike, in the count 0-1. Now the strike one pitch to Gallagher. Sutton delivers a beauty. Big breaking ball over strike two. Gallagher just turns to Augie Donatelli for a moment. Doesn't say anything. Donatelli has great credentials to be a plate umpire in a Giant Dodger game particularly. Here's the strike two pitch on the way to Gallagher. And it's poked on the ground to Lefebvre. Jimmy is up with it, flips to Parker for the out. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
The Good Son. KTAR Phoenix.
2 down in the 5th inning with the Dodgers leading the Giants 4-0. Just to conclude that thought about Donatelli having great credentials, Augie was a coal miner and an ex-ball player who was a prisoner of war in a German camp during World War II. And he began umpiring the POWs ball games. There's a loop at the right field. That's going to be trouble. The Lefebvre goes out, but it drops. Russell angles over to pick it up, and so George Foster drops a little fly ball single in the right field. Now we'll see about Bryant or a hitter. It will be a hitter. The hitter will be Frank Johnson. So Frank Johnson will come up and bat for Ron Bryant. Our man Cumberland is still down there. He's been warming up since last night. And John looks like he's going to make it. So Frank Johnson will bat for Bryant. Frank Johnson, right-hand batter. Frank hitting .088. He doesn't get too many chances to swing the bat. He has 5 RBIs.
Number 37, Frank Johnson.
So Frank Johnson will bat for Ron Bryant. Bryant is charged with 4 runs, but he pitched a better game than that. The error by Fuentes on the ground ball by Mota scrambled the first inning on him. He might have gotten out of that inning without a run. In the second inning, the bunt that rolled by the mound wrecked him, and the Dodgers got a run on a double play ball. And in the 4th inning, McCovey's error allowed a run. So Bryant goes out trailing 4-0 at the end of 4, but he pitched a much better ball game than that. The pitch to Frank Johnson down and away. Ball 1-0. Frank, right-hand batter. George Foster at first base. The pitch to Johnson taken for a strike, and the count 1-1. Johnson, born in El Paso, lives in Belmont, right near San Francisco. One and 1 to Johnson. Sutton's next one on the inside corner for a strike. 1-2. Johnson waiting, 1-2 the count. Sutton has a look and delivers, and it's a ground ball down to Valentine. He goes to Lefebvre for the force on Foster, and the inning is over. No run to hit a man left at the end of 4.5. Dodgers 4, Giants nothing.
Marge! I'm home.
I'm in here, George.
Hi. Who washed the car? I was going to do it tomorrow.
I did. It was such a nice day.
Oh, let a woman near a car even to wash it and you've got trouble.
No, George. I remembered to close the windows first.
Oh, well, that's the spirit.
And I used white wall cleaner on the white walls.
Well, that's the spirit.
And I cleaned the engine.
The engine? Marge, my points. My plug.
The carburetor, the anti-pollution valve. I cleaned it by filling up with Super 76.
Super 76. Union Oil's premium gasoline with 5 engine cleaners to keep your engine, carburetor, and anti-pollution valve cleaner. And remember, a clean engine means less pollution, too.
Super 76, eh? You know, Marge, Sometimes I think you women know more about the modern automobile than I give you credit for.
That's the spirit, George.
The spirit of 76 lives at Union Oil.
John Cumberland, the left-hander who's been in the Giant bullpen throughout the series, pitched the ninth inning last night to give Gaylord Perry a victory. John will be pitching now to Willie Davis, Wes Parker, and Richie Allen. So Johnny Cumberland loosening up. One left-hander followed by another. The Phillies, who gave the Dodgers a bad time at Dodger Stadium last year, the Phillies won 4 out of 6 here. They'll be in starting tomorrow night. Helmet weekend. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. So kids, don't be on the outside looking in. A free Dodger helmet at any one of those 3 games to youngsters 14 or under. Cumberland is from Portland, Maine, lives in Dunedin, Florida. He's 6 feet, 190 pounder, 24 years old. John was in the Yankee organization and originally in the Cardinal organization. Willie Davis with an 18-game hitting streak on the line. He's 0 for 2. Swings, fouls the first one away, 0-1. Bryant got him to hit into a force play and struck him out. Cumberland came to the Giants in the deal that sent Mike McCormick, one of the original New York Giants, to come to San Francisco. Mike was dealt away. Here's the strike 1 pitch. Low, 1-1. McCormick kicked around for a while. At Kansas City, they have asked for his release. So Mike's career is just about at an end. 1-1 to Willie Davis. Cumberland delivers. Low, ball 2. 2-1. Davis waiting, Cumberland checking. Now John ready in the left-handed delivers, and it's swung on and missed. Strike 2. 2-2. Willie not only has an 18-game hitting streak, but better than that, he has failed to hit in only 9 of the 44 games this year. In watching Cumberland pitch and thinking about Mike McCormick, that shows you the fortunes of baseball and of life. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Willie Davis. Ground foul outside of first down the line. Mike McCormick, who figures to be all finished now, and who had a pretty long career when you I think he started about 56. But Mike is only 32 years old. Meanwhile, the breaks of the game, Don McMahon is down there in the Giant bullpen. McMahon's over 40. The 2-2 pitch to Davis. Breaking ball hit to right field, base hit. 19 in a row for Willie. Well, he's off on another one of his tears. Boy, that's something. He has hit safely in 36 of the 45 games. Willie, by the way, is the top hitter in the National League at .379 going into tonight's game. Now here's Parker. Cumberland delivers, swung on and missed 0-1. Dodgers leading 4-0, bottom of the 5th inning. Parker walked and struck out, 0 for 1. Cumberland to look at Davis. Willie goes. Parker a half swing foul. And looked like Davis had the base stolen. And West started to swing and held up in the count 0-2. So Willie now, the long walk back to first base, and he can pick up his helmet on the way. Some players wear the helmet only when batting. Some players wear the helmet when batting and base running. And it is the rare player who wears the helmet all the time. But there is one Dodger who never takes it off. That's left fielder Richie Allen. Strike 2 pitch. Parker takes outside. Ball 1. 1-2. Frank Rehberger throwing in the Giant bullpen. Marshall, like Bill Singer earlier, getting in a little work in between starts. 1-2 the count to Parker. Davis off the bag, and Cumberland goes over there. Willie had a big jump last time, and Cumberland won't forget it. 1-2. Davis stole the base in the first inning. There he goes, and the pitch is hit foul down the right field line, out of play. So Willie go back and pick up that hat again. Dodgers 4, Giants nothing, fifth inning. Willie has stolen 5 bases in 7 attempts. Davis back to the bag, held on by McCovey. Cumberland to his stretch. Parker at the plate. The pitch to West, high and outside, ball 2. For the Dodgers, this is a pretty good ball game to get ready for Philadelphia. They see left-handers Ron Bryant and John Cumberland. They'll get a left-hander tomorrow night, Chris Short. They'll get a left-hander on Sunday, Ken Reynolds. Now the 2-2 pitch to Parker is another throw to first. Dodgers are 1 under 500 in decisions against left-handers. Parker hits a little looper on one, bounce to Fuentes, who shovels just in time to get a force to Lanier. Tough play for Fuentes. Just did nip the flying Willie. So Parker hits into a fourth. 1 out, and Richie Allen the batter.
Left field.
Richie Allen singled home 2 runs in the first inning, struck out in the third. Rich with 22 RBIs. He is second on the squad to Parker's 24. West off the bag at first. Cumberland delivers, and it's fouled away, 0-1. Just to put RBIs into proper perspective, Willie Mays has 30. Dietz 25, Bonds and McCovey 24. So there are 4 men on the Giant starting team who have as many or more as the Dodger leading RBI man. Richie tries to go to right field and doesn't get it, and the count 0-2. The Giants, going into this game, had scored 198 runs. The Dodgers, going in, 169. Cumberland set at the belt, looks at Parker, works Allen, and just missed, ball 1. The Dodgers staff has allowed 48 more runs than the Giants staff prior to this game. Throw to first base, Parker back. So Ron Bryant relieved by John Cumberland. The Dodgers leading the Giants 4-0 in the 5th inning. Cumberland ready, and the 1-2 pitch, fastball away, ball 2. 2-2. So Ron Bryant relieved by John Cumberland. The Dodgers leading the Giants 4-0 in the 5th inning. Cumberland ready, and the 1-2 pitch, fastball away, ball 2. 2-2. With the runner going, the pitch is high. The throw is waiting for Parker. He is out trying to steal. So Wes Parker tries to steal second base, and he's chopped down. That is the first time. Let's see. Yep, first time he's been caught stealing. He's 2 for 3. So Wes has thrown out 2-4 from Dietz to Fuentes, and the throw was there ahead of him by plenty. So full count now to Rich Allen, and here comes Cumberland. Fastball is away, ball 4. 2 out, a man at first, and Jimmy Lefebvre approaching the plate. Jimmy hit into a force play, single to left, and scored a run. He's 1 for 2. Lefebvre waiting now. Cumberland looks in to get a sign, a check of Richie Allen. Left-handed delivers, high, ball 1. One 1-0 to Jim Lefebvre. Cumberland, a look over at Richie Allen. Lefevre lines into center. Base hit. He's 2 for 3. Allen is going to test Mays. No. He started to and then jammed on the brakes after rounding second. You get an insight into the way Richie Allen plays ball when you watch him round the bag. He's a very good base runner. When he gets a base hit to left field, Allen does not jog down to first base. He is always heading for second. He only puts on the brakes when the left fielder gets the ball back in. And boy, that time, he gave the idea he was going to challenge Mays. And, of course, if Willie had the ball get through, he would have proved his point. So Richie at second, Lefevre at first. 2 down, and here is Bill Sudeikis. Cumberland to his stretch, looks at the runners. Allen's going to third. The pitch outside. They throw to second to get Lefevre by plenty. And the inning is over. The Dodgers kind of mess up what apparently was a delayed double steal, but Lefevre was so delayed that Dietz threw him out easily, and Allen was already into third base. No run, 2 hits. The Dodgers run out of the 5th inning, and at the end of 5, Dodgers 4, Giants nothing.
Schlitz, Milwaukee, and the world. A treasure hunt isn't a kid's game when it's underneath the Atlantic Ocean. Sharks don't play games. Their ancestors must have had quite a feast 250 years ago when a hurricane sank a fleet of Spanish galleons, along with $14 million in gold doubloons and pieces of 8. If you're lucky, you find some of it. If you're even luckier, you live to celebrate it with gusto. And man, that's when you know what life really is. Because you know you only go around once. And you got to look for all the gusto you can, even in the beer you drink. And that means Schlitz. Why settle for less? When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Through 5 innings, the Dodgers 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Giants no runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Don Sutton will be pitching now to the top of the Giant lineup. Bobby Barnes, Hal Lanier, and Willie Mays. Don't forget Danny Goodman's latest souvenir bargain package. 5 items for only $2. You get a Dodger yearbook, the Baseball Digest, a package of 20 Dodger photos, a full set of National League club pennants, and a Dodger scarf. Send orders with $2 to Danny Goodman at the ballpark, Dodger Stadium, Los Angeles 90012. Well, the 5th inning was 0-0 for the Dodgers. They had 2 base hits and a walk, no double plays. They left 1. 2 outs on base running at second base. So here's Bobby Bonds now in the 6th inning.
Bonds, right field.
Bonds has popped up twice. Sutton delivers, and the curveball is hit to Will's left. He was in the hole, but he goes back to get it and throws him out. So Barnes is gone, and here is Hal Lanier. Hal Lanier playing shortstop for Chris Spire, who came out bothered by a stomach ailment. Lanier has played in and out of the lineup primarily as a late inning replacement defensively at third base for Alan Gallagher. He more or less lost his status as a starter. Takes low, ball 1. Hal has a home run, 6 RBIs. One and 0. Don Sutton ready and delivers. On the hands, fouled away. Back of the Dodger dugout, and he carries to the second deck. 1-1 to Hal Lanier. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Giants. On deck is a hungry Willie Mays. Has nothing to do with dinner time. He has struck out twice. 1-1 pitch to Lanier. Poke foul the other way. Back of the Giant dugout, deep in the lower deck. Now Sutton wants to talk to Sudeikis. 1-2 the count. Don has 5 strikeouts. He has had excellent control up to here. Letter perfect. One and 2 to Hal Lanier. His dad, of course, a fine pitcher, most prominently known as a St. Louis Cardinal, though at one time he did pitch for the Giants. So Hal gets the nickname of his father's first name. The Giants all call him Maxie. 1-2 pitch on the hands, foul back. His dad was one of the meaner-looking pitchers. There are some pitchers who just look like they have to be a personal enemy. Sal Magley was one. He just seemed to glower when he looked in to get a sign. Max Lanier was a lot like him. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, over, strike 3 call. Lanier kicks at the dirt, mad at himself, half a dozen strikeouts. And now here's Willie Mays, who has struck out twice, 0 for 2. Drysdale was a mean-looking pitcher. Koufax was not. On the Dodgers staff, Singer really isn't mean-looking. Certainly not Osteen or Sutton, nor Downing. Down into the windup and the pitch to Mays. A strike, 0-1. Two down, 6th inning, 4-0 Dodgers. Mays waiting, and the strike 1 pitch to the wonderful one is swung on and missed, strike 2. Breaking ball. So Sutton now takes a little walk by the rubber. Mays struck out in the 1st inning. He struck out in the 4th inning. And the count to Willie is 0-2 here in the 6th. The crowd, of course, would love to let out a roar. Sutton strike 2 pitch to Mays. Inside, buzzed him, shoulder high fastball, 1-2. Mays waiting. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Willie. Sutton's breaking ball is strike 3 call. Mays just standing at home plate and now walks away. Boy, that makes it quite a night to strike out Mays 3 times. At the end of 5.5 innings, Dodgers 4, Giants nothing.
Friends, my friend Farmer John isn't quite sure whether he likes the artificial turf they use in some ballparks or not. Oh, he admits it's the word artificial that makes him hesitate. You see, artificial has no place in the vocabulary of his pork business. Now, you take the seasoning of his Farmer John sausage, for instance. Farmer John makes his sausage to an old-time Western recipe, using only natural herbs and spices, never any artificial seasoning. Well, this is what gives Farmer John sausage the hearty Western flavor you won't find in any other. And to be sure this fabulous flavor never varies, Farmer John grinds, mixes, and measures the natural spices himself. So his sausage is never over or under-seasoned like some. Well, to wrap it up, start with strictly fresh Eastern corn-fed pork. Use all the best meat, not just the trimmings, and then season with natural herbs and spices. Yep, that's Farmer John sausage. Gold medal winner at the California State Fair. It's the easternmost in quality and the westernmost in flavor.
Bottom of the 6th inning, the Dodgers leading the Giants 4-0. 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Giants no runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Remember, the Dodgers said if Mays scored a run tonight, they'd give him home plate. So far, Sutton has given Mays the gate. He has struck him out 3 times. But there's still at least another at-bat for Willie to go. Here's Bill Sudeikis. And he hits a high drive into deep left field. Back goes Foster. Away back. It's gone. Sudeikis, who doesn't get a chance to play very often, but now figures to suddenly play 3 of 4 games because there'll be left-handers gone. Stuffs one into the bleachers, his 3rd home run of the year. So 2 books of Union All Auto script to Sudsy, 2 books of the Long Beach Community Center, Alan Casson, 2601 Grand Avenue in Long Beach, 90815, zip code. The batter is Valentine. Cumberland deals, swung on and fouled away, 0-1. Bill Sudeikis now has 3 home runs. They have all been hit here. The other 2 came in one game against San Diego. 5-0 Dodgers. Strike 1 pitch is grounded foul outside of 3rd. 0-2. I don't know. There is a different feeling in the air when Marichal is not pitching. Things just happen differently. 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Dodgers. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors for the Giants in the 6th. The strike 2 pitch is low, ball 1. Frank Rehberger throwing in the Giant bullpen. The 1-2 pitch, Valentine hits it to left. Foster comes up and makes the catch for the out, so they get Bobby for the first time tonight. The Dodgers will go to San Francisco on Sunday, July 4th, and Monday, July 5th. And the Giants will next come back to Dodger Stadium on July 9th, that's a Friday night, July 10th, and July 11th, that's the weekend just before the All-Star game. Then they'll take a breather, and they won't see each other until September. There's a bouncer by Sutton down to Fuentes. Tito comes up with it, flips across to McCovey for the out. 2 down, and Maury Wills the batter. It's true, you know, that wasn't really just said in jest about something different in the air when Marichal is not pitching. The Dodgers have always battled Gaylord Perry well. They were dead even last night until the 9th. And, of course, against Ron Bryant, they've not seen much against him, but they have him down 1-3 lifetime. Steve Stone is a rookie. Will's waiting. Cumberland into his windup. The left-hander ready and delivers, and the fastball is low. Maury faked a bunt, and he had the corner men on the move. Both McCovey and Gallagher started to come to the plate. 1-0. 5-0 Dodgers. They came into this game with a .262 team batting average, did the Giants, and the Dodgers came in at .264. 1-1 now, the count to Wills. Cumberland comes back, and the fastball is hit and smothered by Gallagher. He's on his feet, throws him out. Great play by the Giant third baseman, Alan Gallagher. Boy, he took a sure base hit away from Wills. Fine play by Allen. So the Dodgers settle for the run on a home run by Sudeikis. And at the end of 6, Dodgers 5, Giants nothing.
A trip to Kachina Village is always child's play because Kachina Village is kid country. And this weekend will be better than ever. It's the grand opening of Kachina Village. We hope you'll pack up the family and a few fishing poles and join the fun. There's a free Western barbecue, games and prizes for the kids, fishing contest. A top-rated full-length motion picture will be shown. And hey, when's the last time you copped first prize in an old-fashioned sack race? You just might be the winner of the grand opening grand prize, a beautiful little Shetland pony. So head for the cool country this weekend. Kid country, Kachina Village. Kachina Village is a pleasant 2-hour drive from Phoenix, just 3 miles south of Flagstaff on the Black Canyon Highway. Watch for the giant balloon flying overhead. And look for the sign that says Kachina Village. This is Kid Country.
Through 6 innings, the Dodgers 5 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Giants no runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. Home run in the game by Bill Sudeikis. Don Sutton has struck out 7, and certainly a high point in his ball game would be the fact that he has struck out Willie Mays 3 times. Let's go to the 7th. Dodgers 5, Giants nothing. For more play, here's Jerry.
All right, Benny, and here's McCovey now. McCovey has singled and grounded out in 2 tries. He singled back to the middle when the Dodgers put a shift on, and then he tapped out to Sutton in the 4th inning. So McCovey batting .315, big, strong left-hand batter up. The Dodgers shift around a bit on him, but not as far as they did the first time. Half swing, and he checked up. It was low, ball 1. Donatelli shakes his hand, and the Dodgers ask for an appeal. Umpire at third, Olson, says no, he did not. So McCovey held up. 1 ball, no strike. Dietz on deck, and then Fuentes. Dodgers lead 5-0. Sutton's pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. 7th inning, Don Sutton doing the work. Trying to hold back the Giants here. The final 3 innings. Curve strike, and it is 2-1 now to McCovey. 2 balls, 1 strike. Big stretch waits. Here's the windup again. Sutton delivers. A little low, ball 3, 3-1. Sutton has not walked a batter. In fact, this might be the closest he's come to it. 3-1 to McCovey. He's allowed 3 singles, 2 in the second and 1 in the fifth. Here's the pitch. Dry foul down the right field line, way back in the lower stands, and it's 3-2. 4 of the 6 times Don has retired the Giants in order. Only in the second and in the fifth inning have they had men on. All right, 3-2. McCovey waiting, and Sutton ready to go to him. Don rubs it off, now gets the one he wants from Sudeikis. Here's the pitch on the way. Popped up. Behind the mound. In comes Wills. Morey calling between the mound and second. Has it for the out. One away as McCovey pops up. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
The Good Son. KTAR Phoenix.
Here's Dick Dietz at bat. He has struck out twice. Sutton with 7 strikeouts. Mays 3 times. Dietz twice. He has Foster once. And Lanier once. The foul out of play by Dietz. Strike 1. That went into the second deck off to our right. 0-1 the count to Dick Dietz. Dick batting .297, 6 home runs, 25 runs batted in, doing a fine job for the Giants. Dietz up there, big, strong right-hand batter. Sutton rubs one off, now gets a new one. There's the windup and the pitch on the way. Curve pulled down the left field line, down in the corner. Allen going for it. It's going to be fair ball home run for Dietz. It is just inside the foul pole. And the Giants are on the board as Dietz gets his 7th of the year. Drives just inside the pole into the lower box seat. So Dick Dietz got an inside pitch, and it looked like a good pitch by Sutton. Put it right in on the fifth. But a big, strong hitter like Dietz able to pull it into the stand. So the home run puts the Giants on the scoreboard. That is the 6th allowed by Sutton, and he's well below the total that the pace that he was on last year in giving up home runs. So Don has really improved in his home runs allowed column, although Dietz touches him up here. Here's Fuentes at bat. He is hit into a force out and flied out to left. First pitch is high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strike. So Dietz had a pitch in on the hands, and he was still able to pull it into the stand. 1 ball and no strike. Fuentes, left-hand hitter up there against the right-hand pitching. Ground ball to first. Parker up with it, knocks it down, and goes to the bag for the out. So Fuentes out on a ground ball to Parker. 2 down, and here's Gallagher. He has singled and grounded out. The Giants' third baseman. Gallagher, right-hand batter, made a fine play on Wills to close out the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Gallagher, number 10, coming up. The Giants, 32 wins and 13 defeats. They're playing along at a 7-11 percentage. Dodgers trying to slow him down a bit here tonight in the finale. Now the pitch to Gallagher. Off speed, swung on and missed. Strike 1. Two out, 7th inning. Don Sutton working. 5-1, Dodgers lead the Giants. The 2 catchers now have had home runs. Sudeikis for the Dodgers, Dietz for the Giants. Pitches in the dirt, bounces by Sudeikis to the backstop, 1-1. On deck, George Foster. One ball, 1 strike. Sutton delivers. Off speed, a tapper to wide of third. Up with it as Wills. Throw in time. Gallagher out to retire the side. So in the 7th inning, 1 run, the home run by Dietz, none left on, and the score at the end of 6.5 innings. Dodgers 5 and the Giants 1.
All right, Marge. Your bags are in the trunk. Do you have the maps the Union 76 dealer gave you?
Really, George? I'm only going to be gone 3 days.
I know, Marge, but it pays to be careful. Do you have the Union 76 credit card?
Yes, George.
Now, let's see. You'll call me as soon as you get there.
Yes, George.
Now, watch the fuel gauge and the oil. And the Union dealer filled the windshield washer and checked the tires. Everything's fine.
I know it is, George. Now relax. It's only a 75-mile drive.
I know, Marge, but you can't be too careful. People just don't have the same old spirit nowadays. And remember, Marge, if anything at all seems to be going wrong, stop at Union 76 station. They'll help.
That's right. Whenever you need driving help, be it repair work or only directions, stop at a Union 76 service station. That's why we're there, to help you. And we don't act like we're doing you a favor either, because we feel you're doing us a favor just by stopping in.
George, what do you plan to do those 3 days I'm gone?
Eat out a lot.
I love your spirit.
The spirit of 76 lives at Union Oil.
Another fine crowd on hand at Dodger Stadium. 24,723 turned out to see the ball game, the Dodgers and the Giants. And here's Bill Russell now to start it off. Billy struck out in the fourth. He's up here in the seventh. Russell came on to replace Moda in the third inning. So Russell batting right-handed against left-hander John Cumberland. Here's the pitch to him. In for a strike. Popped out of Veach's glove. 0-1 the count to Bill. Strike one count. Cumberland ready again. Now the pitch. A swing and a miss at a slider. Strike two. 0-2 the count. Russell has to be a little rusty. He has not played in a while. He's been in 34 games, but none recently, and a .218 batting average. 0-2 count. Now again, Cumberland ready. Checks and delivers to Russell. Fastball low and away for a ball. One ball, two strikes. And again the pitch. A swing and a miss at the screwball struck him out. So Russell down on strike. The first strikeout for Cumberland, and here is Willie Davis. Willie 1 for 3 in the game, leads the league in hitting with a .379 average. He singled in the fifth inning, and he now has just basically in 19 straight games. So Davis up with Parker, then Allen to follow, seventh inning. Here's the windup now, and the pitch on the way. Davis swings at a high fastball, strike one. 0-1 the count. Free dog, Willie D in there. Gallagher plays in at third. The outfield is around to the right. Left-hand pitcher into the windup, and the pitch, strike called, and it's 0-2. Davis, of course, plays all the time against left-handers and right-handers. And he's been able to keep the streak alive, even though he's seen left-hand pitching tonight. Here's the 0-2 pitch to him. Grounded down the third base line, just foul. Just missed an extra base hit. Punching one, just outside third. So he'll come back and go again. Nothing in two to Davis. Willie led the league last year in triples with 16. He has 4 this year. Swings and loops one to second baseman 20s and catches it for the out. Soft line drive to the second baseman. That pitch got him on the hands. So 2 down now, and here's Wes Parker. Walk, struck out, hit into a force play. Wes batting .272. On deck, Richie Allen. 2 outs in the 7th. Here's the pitch on the way. Strike with a screwball, 0-1. For the Dodgers tonight, Lefebvre 2 hits, Valentine 2, Sudeikis a home run, Allen a single to drive in 2, Wills has driven in a run. 0-1 count to Parker. Kerr fouled upstairs to the right. Strike 2 to West. Once more, Cumberland ready, delivers. Parker hits a bouncing ball to third. It'll go foul to the coaching box. Gallagher retrieves, puts it back to the mound. If the Giants go home, they will entertain Montreal. The Dodgers will be here to entertain the Phillies over the weekend, Helmet Weekend. And then the Expos Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the New York Mets. There's a foul upstairs again, and the count to Parker stays strike 2. So we hope you make your plans to be with us. Now the pitch. Outside for ball. Over 90,000 fans on hand to see the first 3 games of the Giants on this homestand. Dodgers lead this one 5-1 in the 7th inning. Cumberland delivers. Parker, it's a ground ball back to the middle of center field, a base hit. But Parker reaches out and taps one back to the box. He is on, and here's Allen. A single, a strikeout, and a walk for Rich. Rich Allen coming up, batting .230 with 22 runs batted in. He got a big hit in the first inning, a single to center. That got the Dodgers off to a start. They scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth. The Giants a home run by Dietz for a run in the 7th. The Dodgers had a home run by Sudeikis in the 6th inning. Allen at bat, he's hit 4 home runs on the year. Here's the look in the pitch. Rich takes low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Allen. Allen waiting. Now again the look over and the pitch on the way to him. Foul upstairs to the right. Reached for an off-speed pitch, trying to go to right field with it and fouled it away. 1-1 to Allen. One ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. Rich waiting. Cumberland set the pitch. Too high with the breaking ball. 2-1. Dodgers leading. Allen at bat with 2 outs here in the 7th. Allen checks outside. Ball 3, 3-1. On deck, Jimmy Lefevre. Allen walked at the 5th inning. That was a weird inning for the Dodgers. They had 2 hits and a walk and left only 1 man on base and didn't score. Allen waiting again. Cumberland set, delivers. Bounced at first base, foul ball past McCovey. So the count to Allen, 3-2. Parker now ready to go on the next pitch with 2 outs. Richie's ex-team, the Phillies, will be in tomorrow night. Now it's 3-2. Cumberland ready, delivers. And the bouncing ball to third, knocked down by Gallagher. Retrieved, throws in time, and the inning is over. So Rich grounds to third. The Dodgers down in the 7th. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Score at the end of 7. Dodgers 5 and the Giants 1.
Schlitz, Milwaukee, and the world. Shipping out to sea is like nothing else in this world. Even if you've done it dozens of times before, when you see that anchor being weighed, you get that gut feeling that shoots through your whole body. And when you head out for the open waters, you head out for the gusto. And that's the challenge. Since you only get 1 crack at life, make it good. It's the only chance you get. Sure, you'll be giving up some of the comforts at home, but it's worth it. And there's one taste of home you never have to give up. You can order Schlitz around the world. Why settle for less? When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Moving along into the 8th inning, the Giants will come on at the end of the batting order. Foster, then we'll see about a hitter for the pitcher, and then to the top. Reminder again, big weekend coming up at Dodger Stadium. Weekend for the youngsters. Helmet weekend. A free Dodger helmet for every boy and girl 14 years and younger at Dodger Stadium over the weekend. So bring Dad and Mom along and come out, enjoy yourself, get a free helmet at any one of the ball games. The Phillies will be here, and 100,000 helmets waiting for the boys and girls who plan to be with us. Let's go to the 8th. More play. Here's Spence.
All right, Jerry, and if you detected Fight On for SC in the background, Dodger Stadium welcome to Dr. John Hubbard, the president of USC, and Mrs. Hubbard taking in the ball game. We also spotted Coach Rod Dado here. And Sutton ready to go, leading 5-1 in the 8th. And the first one is strike. 0-1 to George Foster. Jimmy Rosario, switch-hitting outfielder, is on deck to bat for Cumberland. 5-1 Dodgers in the 8th. Sutton comes back, and a breaking ball is low in the count 1-1. Now Donatelli gestures with his left hand. The pitch was low. 1-1 the count. Sutton checking. Sudeikis wigwags a few signs out. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way. High and inside, ball 2. 2-1. Foster, Rosario, and Bonds, the way the Giants stack up in the 8th inning. The Dodgers 5 runs, 9 hits. The Giants 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors. Here's the 2-1 pitch on the way. Fastball low, ball 3. Sutton has not walked a batter, but this is as close as he's come. 3-1 to Foster. Pitching carefully to McCovey in the 7th. He fell behind 3-0 and got him to pop up to short. Now we'll see what he does. 3-1 to Foster. Sutton delivers, and it's popped in the air into left center field. Davis and Allen, and Davis is there. Willie makes the catch. So Foster, a fly ball, 1 away. And now here's Jimmy Rosario batting for John Cumberland. Jimmy is switch hitter, batting .213. He's another young outfielder who doesn't get much of a chance to play. Here's Foster and Johnson and Rosario. Because Bonds and Mays and Henderson are a pretty tough trio to crash. Frank Rehberger is down in the Giant bullpen, and Rosario now bats for Cumberland. It was Rosario last night who wrecked the Dodgers. A pitch high, ball 1. It was Jimmy who batted for Gaylord Perry and bunted. And that was the play where Moeller picked it up, went late to second base and threw it away, and the next thing you know, the game was over. Jimmy takes the strike in the count 1-1. He's from Puerto Rico, lives in New York. 1-1 pitch to Rosario. Low, ball 2, 2-1. Jimmy had a good year at Phoenix last year. He hit .301. Bobby Bonds on deck. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way. A drag bunt attempt, and it's fouled back. Jimmy wanted to bring it with him, but he left it back at the base of the screen. 2-2. Boy, the names come on the message board. The Dodger passed the Old Timers game on Sunday, June the 6th. Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale, Casey Stengel, Cookie Lavagetto, and on and on and on. It's going to be quite a day. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. High, ball 3, 3-2. Three and 2 to Jimmy Rosario. Sutton ready, delivers, and there's a high pop foul off to the right of the plate, and down for it comes Parker in front of the Giant dugout and makes the catch. Sudeikis and Sutton were also over there. So Rosario fouls out, 2 down, and the batter will be Bobby Bonds.
Bobby Bonds, right there.
Bonds popped up twice and grounded out. What makes this game so interesting now is the fact that Willie Mays is 2 batters away. We're in the 8th, so no matter what, Mays is going to have an at-bat in the 9th inning, and he has struck out 3 times tonight. Willie's had some great moments in his career, but this would be a different one. Bonds takes high, ball 1. Mays has always felt that his greatest individual accomplishment was 4 home runs in 1 game against the Milwaukee Braves. Sutton ready in the 1-0 pitch to Bobby Bonds, fouled away, 1-1. Oddly enough, Mays hit 1 of those 4 home runs against a fellow who's still here with him. In the Giant bullpen now, Don McMahon. But Willie tonight has struck out 3 times, so there's a great deal of interest about his 4th at-bat. Whether he has ever struck out 4 times in a game, we don't have that kind of information. The 1-1 pitch, a hot one backhanded by Valentine, who throws him out. Good play by Bobby. So Valentine takes a base hit away from Bonds, and we'll find out about Mays in the 9th at the end of 7.5 innings. Dodgers 5, Giants 1. You know, in baseball, you often hear how extra effort pays off. Well, the same is true in business. Take Farmer John and his ham making. Most packers out here make their ham from pork, shipped in frozen or cold storage. But Farmer John goes to the extra effort of bringing finest eastern corn-fed porkers out here live. Then the meat's U.S. inspected and dressed fresh right here in the West. Oh, it's the expensive way of doing it, but it pays off in ham that's strictly fresh. Then there's the smoking. Farmer John goes to the extra effort of smoking his ham 2 to 3 times as long as some people. It's the slow, patient, old-time Western way of smoking ham over native Western wood. And it pays off in a marvelous, mouth-watering Western flavor you won't find in any other ham. So feast your family on a fabulous Farmer John ham one day soon. It won the gold medal at the California State Fair. It's the easternmost in quality and the westernmost in flavor. Farmer John ham. Bottom of the 8th inning, with the Dodgers leading the Giants 5-1, 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Giants 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors. Don Sutton's only run allowed was the home run by Dick Dietz in the 7th inning. The Dodgers, meanwhile, scored twice in the first, again in the second, and then single runs in the 4th and 6th. In the 6th inning was a home run by Bill Sudeikis. Frank Rehberger, who was down in the pen, now comes in to be the 3rd Giant pitcher. Rehberger, at one time with San Diego, Frank had tendinitis in the arm, so he'd been out for a while. He's been in only 4 games, but he started 3 of them, and he had a record of 1-0. But he's worked only 14 innings, so he is slowly being brought around. Naturally, with the Giants out in front by so much, they started tonight 9 ahead of Houston. They didn't have to press Rehberger into service at all. And they're bringing him back very slowly and carefully. With Marichal, Perry, and Stone. Then you have Bryant and Robertson. They have quite a few pitches, so they don't have to worry. And then, of course, in relief, they have fellas like Jerry Johnson and Steve Hamilton, Don McMahon. So Rehberger will test his arm again here in the 8th inning with the Dodgers leading 5-1. Ron Bryant went 4 innings, pitched better than his numbers. He's charged with 4 runs, and he is the pitcher of record. And then Cumberland, who pitched from the 5th through the 7th, his 3 innings of work, he allowed just 1 run. And now Frank Rehberger. The Philadelphia Phillies will be here tomorrow night. And one of the fine young rookies in the National League will be on display for the first time, Willie Montanez. The pitch to Lefebvre is low, ball 1. One ball and no strikes to count. One and oh, the count to Jimmy Lefebvre. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed, 1-1. Lefebvre now hitting left-handed. He went 2 for 3 right-handed. One pitch to Jimmy Lefebvre, fouled away, off to the left, out of play. The count 1-2. One and two, the count to Jimmy Lefebvre. Rehberger into the windup. 1-2 pitch, off speed and away. Big change in the count 2-2. 24,723, the largest crowd in the big leagues, out here again tonight to see the Giants and the Dodgers. Hope you'll be with us over the weekend. In the 2-2 pitch, Lefevre takes 5, ball 3. Center fielder Willie Montanez of the Phillies, who was described by his manager Frank Lucchese as the greatest thing to happen to Philadelphia since nickel beer. Willie will be here tomorrow night. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Ground ball sharply to McCovey, and Big Will comes up with it and limps to the bag for the out. 1 away. I think that knee is bothering him. The batter is Bill Sudeikis.
Bill Sudeikis.
Bill Sudeikis getting ready for some weekend duty. He figures to be in the lineup again tomorrow night against Chris Short, and again on Sunday against Ken Reynolds, who is left-handed. Sudgy tonight has 1 hit. That was the home run against John Cumberland. Now he bats left-handed against Rehberger. And he's tired of waiting and backs out. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1 out, 5-1 Dodgers. In the 9th inning, Hal Lanier, Willie Mays, and Willie McCovey. And, of course, the point of interest right now, the fact that Willie Mays has struck out 3 times. Rehberger delivers, change for a strike, 0-1. Willie Mays has struck out 4 times in a game. If you play 20 years in the big leagues, it just about has to happen. Gary Nolan, the young flamethrower when he first came up with Cincinnati, first time he ever pitched against the Giants, struck out Willie 4 times. Sudeikis fouls a pitch away and the count 0-2. The records are not handy. There are some in the press box who seem to think that years ago with the Philadelphia Phillies, Dennis Bennett, left-hander who threw hard, who came here with the Angels for a while, also pitched for the Red Sox. I think maybe Bennett struck out Mays 4 times, but not too often. Sudeikis takes outside, ball 1, 1-2. Well, Don Sutton has struck him out 3, and a goodly portion of the crowd is staying to see what happens in the 9th. 5-1 Dodgers, 1 out in the 8th inning. Rehberger reading Dietz. Now Big Frank delivers, change and miss with it. 2-2. Two-two pitch to Sudeikis. Off speed, fouled away. Rolling on the ground to the right of the plate. Two and 2 to Sudeikis. 1 out, 8th inning, 5-1 Dodgers. Rehberger into the windup, and the 2-2 pitch. Change, strike 3 called. In fact, make it more than called, as Donatelli pantomimes the fact that Sudeikis could not hold up his swing.
Valentine. Third base.
So Sudgy strikes out, 2 down, and here's Valentine. Bobby is 2 for 3, made a fine play to throw out Bobby Bonds in the 8th inning. So Valentine just setting forth on his big league career. Rehberger into the windup and delivers, and the pitch outside, ball 1, 1-0. You might wonder, only because we have been chewing the fat about it, what happens if Mays does strike out 4 times in a game, and what is the record for strikeouts in a game? Valentine takes a strike, and the count 1-1. In a 9-inning game, most times a player struck out 5 times. Many players. But in an extra inning game, 6. The next one in the dirt. Lon Simmons passes us a note that Bob Johnson, that hard-throwing right-hander of Pittsburgh, struck out Mays 4 times this year. So Gary Nolan and Bob Johnson and maybe Dennis Bennett, and we'll see about Sutton. 2-1 pitches swung on in this strike, too. Needless to say, you have to be a star to even have people think about it. And the great Mays. 2-2 to Valentine. Dietz wigwags a couple of signs out, and Frank picks off the one that he wants. And the 2-2 pitch, off speed, and it hit the Gallagher on one hop. Valentine lost his bat. Gallagher throws him out, and that's that. The Dodgers are gone in order. We'll find out about Mays and Sutton and the Giants and the Dodgers in the 9th inning in a moment. But right now, at the end of 8, Dodgers 5, Giants 1.
Chevy truck, truck so tough as nails. See your Chevy dealer today for real value showdown sale.
Right now, your Chevy dealer has the largest selection of pickups in the valley. 113 different truck models. So pick up a bargain. Chevy trucks are tough, perfect for Arizona work or play. And a Chevy pickup makes the best foundation for your camper. See your Chevy dealer. He's a recreation vehicle expert. If you'd like another Chevy bargain, now's your chance to win a free Vega. No purchase required. See your Chevy dealer for details and pick up a bargain.
Chevy truck, they're the best trucks on wheels. And your Chevy dealer right now gives you value showdown deals.
Chevrolet volume means a good deal. As we go to the ninth inning with the Dodgers leading 5-1. First of all, let's clear the decks and pause for station identification. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers Radio Network.
The Good Son. KTAR Phoenix.
For the Giants, catcher Fran Healy, who's been bordering on the phenomenal in his brief appearances. Healy has 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, and is batting .571. Right-hand batter. Sutton delivers low, ball 1-0. Willie Mays on deck. And remember, the Dodgers had announced at the start of this series that if he scores the run to break the all-time National League record, they'll give him home plate. The 1-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 1-1. So most of the folks have stayed right here. Mays was at 4 home runs in a game, who holds so many records, has struck out 3 times tonight, so it's kind of interesting. The 1-1 pitch, just outside ball 2, 2-1. When he struck out 4 times against Bob Johnson of Pittsburgh, Willie, his first at-bat, flied out and then struck out 4. The 2-1 pitch to Healy, taken low, ball 3. Ninth inning. Dodgers holding on to a 5-1 lead, and so far so good. However, you get Healy, Mays, McCovey, and Dietz. 3-1 to count to Healy. Sutton has gone 3-0 on McCovey and then got him. Went 3-1 and got his man, Foster, is now 3-1 on Healy. He's yet to walk a batter. The 3-1 pitch is strike 2. A full count to Fran Healy. Hitting for Hal Lanier, who took over for Chris Spire, who left with a bad stomach. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Healy. Fouled away. Spire had been bothered by an upset stomach for a couple of days. Lanier went down to the bullpen shortly after the national anthem to get ready, and sure enough, he had to come in. And now Healy bats for Lanier. 3-2 to Fran. Sutton to the windup. 3-2 pitch is a ground ball to Valentine. He gloves it at his chest and flips to Parker for the out. 1 away. And now here comes Willie Mays. The great Mays, of course, just to show you, he is a magnet for attention, even on a night like this. So the crowd has stayed to see what happens, and Mays checks in. He struck out in the first. He struck out in the fourth. He struck out in the sixth. He knows it. Sutton knows it, and we'll see the result of their final meeting of the evening. Don looks in, Mays waiting, and the pitch to Willie. Breaking ball away, ball 1. Mays, a great home run hitter, the greatest in the league, active and chasing Babe Ruth. Sutton, who has always been plagued by the home run ball. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back, 1-1. The only run that Sutton allowed tonight, a home run by Dick Dietz. Don has allowed a half a dozen. Osteen is the surprise leader in that unenviable department. Claude has allowed 11. But his ERA is still under 3, and Osteen is 6-2. 1-1 to Mays, and here comes Sutton. Strike 2, shoulder high fastball. All right. You would think the ball game is on the line right now. The crowd leaning forward. Sutton takes a breather. Make sure it's 1-2. Mays moves up on the plate. 1-2 to Willie Mays. Sutton brushes to the windup. The pitch to Willie. A big bounce to the third. Valentine lost it in the light, stays with it, and throws him out. Bobby actually turned his head on the ball for a split second and still stayed with it. So, Willie, you didn't do it tonight. You didn't quite make it in the series, and maybe it is only fitting and proper that he should score the run that will make him the greatest in National League history at home at Candlestick, and it'll be against Montreal over the weekend. So Willie's in the dugout with 2 down, and here is Willie McCovey. 5-1 Dodgers in the ninth. Sutton into the windup and delivers. Fastball for a strike at the letters. McCovey actually moving up as if he were going to dump one for a hit. They play an orthodox infield. They don't load up the right side. They only did that once. He swings and misses. Strike 2. He's trying to knock out a window in Pasadena with that swing. 0-2. Sutton, 1 strike away from bringing this one back into the dressing room. Don checking. Hesitates now to the windup. Strike 2 pitch. Fastball got him swinging, and it's all over. Don Sutton strikes out 8. Limits the Giants to 1 run, and the Dodgers win it 5-1. We'll have the totals of winning and losing pitchers right after this message.
Fill it up with Super 76, sir?
Yeah, please.
You know the trouble today, Marge? People have no pride in their work, no spirit. Nobody really knows his job anymore. Now take this guy.
Now, George.
Say, I want to ask you something.
Yes, sir?
Would you happen to have any idea why they call this gasoline Super 76?
Well, sir, wouldn't you say a gasoline with 5 engine cleaners to keep your engine, carburetor, and anti-pollution valve clean is pretty super?
Don't say a word, Marge. Not a word.
Union Oil thinks a clean engine is pretty important. That's why you'll find 5 engine cleaners in Super 76, Union Oil's premium gasoline. Because a cleaner engine runs better, and it helps reduce pollution.
Well, there's a man who certainly has the spirit.
Well, he's just the exception that proves the rule.
George, I could almost think you had trouble admitting when you're wrong.
The spirit of 76 lives at Union Oil.
The totals on the ball game for the Dodgers to salvage 1. 5 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. For the Giants, 1 run, 4 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher, Don Sutton, he's now 2-5. 1-0 with the Giants this year. 5-13 lifetime. They usually give him a bad time. Ron Bryant, John Cumberland, and finally Frank Rehberger. And Ron Bryant, the loser, he's 5-2, 0-1 with the Dodgers, and now Bryant is 1-4 lifetime with the Dodgers. So the Giants will pack up and move home to play Montreal. The Dodgers will dig in and go face-to-face with the Phillies starting tomorrow night. Chris Short and Al Downing. Once again, the final score of the ball game, the Dodgers 5, the Giants 1.